First, back from another video today. Just going to be showing you the stuff that I'm going to bring with me when I go ice fishing this year, and this is what I'll probably have in my fish house mostly. I will have my rod case, which I will put at least 3 of these rods, and then for rods this year I am running a St. Croix Mojo Ice medium light 28 inch with a Fluger Supreme XT, and then on this one I got a panfish popper with a Fluger President, and then on this one I got a Shimano Sahara 1000 with the St. Croix Avid Ice. Great, that's my favorite rod. This is also one of my favorites. And I got a Shimano Sedona with a St. Croix Mojo Ice Ultralight. And this is my favorite shovel. It's kind of to bank your fish house, get the slush away from your holes, whatever you want. And this is the orange pad that I use when I'm hole hopping a lot. This is my Hummingbird Helix. This will be my 3rd season with it. I've had nothing but amazing things to say about it too. It's done a really good job so far, and I'm pretty pleased with how it's worked out. This is my ice scoop I'll be using this year. It's honestly has to be the best ice scoop out there. It's big and you can get so much slush with each scoop. It makes it much easier. And then for boots this year I got the Arctic Pros, which are very, very warm. So I'm hoping my feet don't get very, very cold ever again. So when I go out my fish house, I'm not going to bring much stuff. I'm going to try to be as light as possible. And I'll probably put most of it inside of this backpack right here. So I'm just trying to conserve as much space, and I'm going to compact all of it and show you what it looks like after I get it all packed away, ready to go. Compacted. This is all I will bring besides the ice auger and some minnows. So I got my rods, the ice scoop, my helix, my boots, and all the other gear that I need in there. So I'm trying to be as light as possible to make it as easy as possible to get out on the ice easily without doing a lot of work. And there's 3 somewhat of a basins in here. There's one here, and there's one here, and there's one here. And I'd probably focus most of my attention on this one right here, because you can see it goes from 10 to 20, 15, and then probably 20, 25. And that's probably the deepest spot in the whole lake, and that's where those crappies are going to go if the deepest spot's about 25. So that's where I would go look in this lake, definitely. So with these crappies, where you're going to want to go is you want to find deep water basins. A decent sized deep water basin, they will sit up to 40, maybe even more feet. But you want to find a deep, flat, mud flat, and they're just going to cruise those flats, and you really got to work for them to find them. So now I'm going to show you a bait that I would try and the rods that I use for these shallow water flats. This is the simulation mode for the Hummingbird Helix, and most of the time when you're fishing slabs through the ice, they're going to show up about halfway through that water column. So what I would do first is I would drop down my spoon and I would just rip it a few times, rip it, see if anything swims in, and I would also have a live minnow down there in case they weren't too fond of the spoon. And one of the other things that I really, really encourage that you do if you want to catch more fish through the ice, especially basing crappies, is drill a lot of holes and put in your time. Because if you don't put in your time, you aren't going to get them.